This is the Dover Transport Museum. Dover is in Kent, about 65 miles southeast of London, right on the coast. My wife and I are visiting the area and found this museum online. We just had to pop in for a visit. Hi, I'm Warren Brand and welcome to another Linleys video. We were met at the entrance by some of the volunteers helping out in the museum, and I have to say they were very welcoming and particularly informative about the museum's history and aspects of what we'll see inside. The main space is laid out in an organised way, but rather full of course. Cars, including many examples that I've seen myself on the roads over the previous decades. Shop fronts, and even a mock-up of a cinema, or as once was called, a picture hall. Further along to the right is a collection of larger commercial vehicles, including an old Leyland bus, and of course I have to go upstairs to look from the top upper deck. This is a modern replica of a particular sort of bicycle. It's a tricycle actually, with two inline wheels and a larger wheel to the side. Very odd. And of course there's an old car garage here as well, all set out like it once would have been when cars were fixed and serviced with patches and fixes, not like these days with all new parts all the time. The technician is welding the chassis underneath the car, it seems. There really are some lovely old vehicles here to look at. Some of these are older than I might remember, still very much part of the road scene back in the day. It's rather out of season at this time of year, so there were not very many other visitors around. There is an eclectic mix of items relating to transport, particularly relating to the local area, but does include some from further afield. Back when road repairs were very much a local thing, with small gangs of labourers working on sections of the road, this mobile living van was one of the homes for a labourer and his family. Don't disturb him though, he's fast asleep after what may have been a very tiring day. I very much remember these sorts of paraffin lamps. They were everywhere, just like the modern flashing orange battery lamps of these days. Do you remember the police Morris Minor cars? There were lots of them about, and in the window is a photo of a similar police car, but a Hillman Imp. If you've seen other videos on the Linleys channel, you might know that I have a Hillman Imp. In the other sections of the museum, there are several model railway exhibits, all working and on active display. I could spend hours watching the little trains go by. Being very close to the coast, it's not surprising that there are some models of old boats and ships, each representing a part of history. In other areas there are exhibits mostly relating to rural and agricultural equipment and vehicles, all so very well preserved and presented here in the museum. Are you old enough to remember the A and B type of payphone and even the local area dialing code? Kids these days wouldn't even know how to use a rotary dial to call a number, would they? time for a coffee and a piece of cake, and up here on the mezzanine floor overlooking the main museum area is a very handy coffee shop. My wife and I thought that we'd be here just a couple of hours, but in the end we've stayed for rather longer, enjoying the look around the lovely exhibits. More cars, more motorbikes, more excellently presented old shop fronts, and so much more to look at. Vehicle safety with seatbelts and child seats has come a long way over the decades. How about this very primitive child seat? Not safe in any kind of accident, I'd say. Outside there are some old train bits and even a ride-on railway which operates during the summer season. But we do have other plans for the day, so it's time to move on. I hope you've enjoyed this visit to the Dover Transport Heritage Museum with us. Thanks for watching and bye for now.